Hey, you are now listening or watching the Halos in the Infield podcast, sponsored in part by Noble L Works over on 1621 South Sinclair, where you can get discounts by just mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield, drink discounts on us, baby. And also by 714 Tickets, 714 Tickets. The price you see is the price you get, and you also get 10% additionally off in the Apply Now code once you order your tickets just by mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield. Now enjoy the show.
Live every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Welcome to the Halos in the Infield post-game podcast with Todd Fox, sponsored by Noble Ale Works Brewery, as well as 714 Tickets. This is your nightly destination for all things Los Angeles Angels. Come join Todd as he recaps every thrilling and disappointing moment from tonight's game, win or lose. Get ready for insightful analysis, fan reactions, and Todd's engaging commentary. Plus, fans can call in live to the Halo Hotline to have their voices and opinions heard as well.
It's the Halo Hotline.
Stay tuned in for your chance to win free Halos merchandise with our weekly trivia.
It's all about the game.
It's time to dive into the heart of Angels baseball with Todd Fox on the Halos in the Infield postgame podcast.
There's a drive from Mike Trout. See you later. That is long gone.
It's the Todd Fox postgame podcast with your host, Todd Fox.
Hey, welcome into another episode of the Todd Fox postgame show covering your Angels here on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network as we get through another day. I'm off a little earlier. I know I said I was going to do a late show today, but it just worked out. I got off early in time to catch the final two innings, actually. So I was home a lot earlier to get to the post game. I really should have took the day off and went to the game, but then as the game ended, it kind of was very frustrating. So I'm glad I didn't go in hindsight, but the want to be there was there for me. I'm just letting you know that right now. But and there is the strike against Artie, and people don't want to pay, and I get it. But I still love my Angels, and it's hard not to go. So we'll be talking about that as the year goes on. But the fact of the matter is, the Angels lose 4-2. We're going to get into all that. They lose another series back to back on the homestand, go 2-4. And we'll talk about what needed to happen for the Angels to get out of here at least 500 or above, which they should have. They had every opportunity in this series against Tampa Bay to do so, to even sweep if a few balls went their way, but it didn't work out for them, and they take the loss today. But with that being said, real quick, if you are not a believer, not in Justin Bieber, but Believe, BLEAV.com, go there to register and get on their app, get on their app and then listen to us on there. Follow us on social media under Halos in the Infield. Like and subscribe to YouTube. It really helps us. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers. I know it's not a lot, but once you get to 1,000, monetization starts, and then you get a bunch of other people seeing your stuff once you're monetized. So it helps us. So we're almost there with your help. So tell a friend, and let's get this thing hooked up. But for right now, let's get into what happened today. The Angels lose 4-2. Soriano got the start. Before the game, though, couple news and notes. The MRI came back negative for Chase Silseth. So Chase Silseth will probably be on the 10-day IL, maybe a little longer, so the inflammation, or at least the swelling, the pain goes away. And hopefully he'll be able to return to some pitching by maybe mid-May. And we'll be fine with that, or maybe even sooner. It just depends on how long and how they want to approach this. And then Soriano, got the start today, but before that, they had practice. And we're talking about practice, not a game, but actual practice, which, again, if you've been a longtime Angels fan, you don't remember any kind of practice happening with this team since the days of Mike Scioscia. And Mike Scioscia used to have these guys practicing on off days. He had them practicing on day games in the morning or at night games in the morning. And Ron Washington put these guys to work very early this morning on bunting and the fundamentals and defense. I applaud that. That's all nice and good. So even though the results didn't translate on the field today, still the push to implement what Ron Washington wants to do is there. So I do like that from the start and the get-go, as the Angels had some early morning practice. So I really appreciate that from Ron Washington. So with that being said, Soriano got his first start ever, and you kind of figured if he gives you 4 innings, you'll take it, and you don't want him to have a Sandoval start, get in trouble early. I called it since the beginning of this series. I did not like the fact that we were going to pitch him in a day game. I really did not like that, because I just feel that's putting more, heat literally on a guy like this making his very first start. So I really wanted to see if the Angels would be smart and use him on a night game like last night, maybe push Sandoval up, but they don't want to mess with Sandoval like Kenny Rogers Ohtani did last year, where they had to adjust every pitcher for him because he was the huge diva that he is. So Soriano got the start in the day game, and right away, a few bounces here, a few bounces there, and maybe they get out of that first inning. But right away, the Angels were on a weird inning. We're down 3-0. And I tell you right now, there's a couple spots in this game where the Angels lost the game. But I think no more apparent is the first inning. And why do you say that? You say, man, Todd, there's 8 more innings to go. You can't call the game in the first inning. I don't believe that that's true. But with a team struggling to score runs and an opportunity to bring back momentum in your favor, which is something that is hard for the Angels to do and get a hold of, which is getting that momentum needed to win games. It's kind of sad that losing an opportunity to score in the first inning pretty much set the tone for the rest of the game. And this team needs to really fight for its runs. They're not really a good hitting team right now. If you look at the averages, and this is just who they had in the lineup today: Moniak, 160, 154 for Brandon Drury. Sano's down to 222, 267 for Adele, 205 for Neto. Neto's been a big disappointment for me. I'm really upset the fact that he's come out still uppercutting swings, still aggressive, not taking pitches. That's not your game, Neto. Neto needs to really look, stop being so aggressive. And I did his last at bat. Yes, hack at that second pitch, but don't hack at the first one, which was a strike. And then this is not even me getting into how frustrating it was to watch this game as a fan of the Angels and being objective for also the Rays. The strike zone in this series was god-awful. And they were letting the catchers have an enormous strike zone. If the pitch was anywhere close to the strike zone, the framing and the fake framing was being honored as strikes. Several pitches were off at least a good 6 inches off the plate, and every time calling it a strike. Now, the one where Theis got rung up and Gubazov was like, that's not a strike. Compared to the other pitches that were inside and outside all day, that you best believe that was a strike. That one was right on the goddamn corner. But there was so many egregious ones before and after that were pathetic. So let's get into the game. Again, Rays score 3 runs. Bottom of the first, the Angels had an opportunity. Bases loaded. Again, couldn't get anything in. And that was a tough one because right away, what happens? I guarantee I will bet my life savings that the Tampa Bay Rays don't get that home run in the second inning if the Angels just push across 1 run, maybe 2. If Drury's somehow able to lift one in over the infielder's head and it falls in front of an outfielder, Siri, and 2 runs score, I guarantee you the Rays don't get that home run. But the baseball gods always use that against the team that squanders its ability. Because as soon as the Angels squandered that ability to get a run in that first inning, what happened in the second? Right away, Caballeros hits that home run, and it's 4-0. So you're down a grand slam in the top of the second inning. That's a lot of pressure for Soriano. Soriano wasn't helping himself. Throwing a lot of pitches, getting into deep counts. And again, the strike zone was all over the place. But again, You got to take it for what it is and utilize it to your advantage. It was definitely a pitcher-friendly strike zone. So Soriano labored through the first 4 innings, and it's not like the pitcher Lytle was tearing it up either. He walked the bases loaded basically in the first inning, daring the Angels to score, and they couldn't do it. He threw a ton of pitches, 99 pitches in 4 1/3. Soriano threw 72 pitches in 4 innings, 4 runs, 6 hits allowed, all earned, 6 strikeouts. Strikeouts not bad, but that home run was huge. Lytle threw 4 1/3, 1 run, 6 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. He settled down a little bit and did give the Angels a couple more chances, to which they were only able to nudge against a run when single by Neto to left field scored Theis, and it was 4-1. Then Joe Adell came up in the 6th, hit a home run. It's 4-2. There should just be a bloop and a blast, maybe, right? Or you should get a guy on base and then try to move him over, or get another walk and try to put more pressure. The Angels did try that a couple times, but they wound up going quietly into the evening because, again, in the 8th inning, you had Adell at first base get a clean steal to put himself in scoring position, only to run over the base. I want to hear what Ron says, if it was just because, they're going to ask him, what was Adell thinking? Did he think that the ball was fouled off? Because that's what it appeared to me, is he just, I can't imagine you don't slide. Even if, look, I've stolen a bunch of bases. No matter what I look like today, I used to be really fast. And when I played in high school and a little bit of single A ball and rookie ball, I freaking stole my fair share of bases. And when I got a huge lead, even when I got a huge lead, I think I can count on one hand how many times I stole a base without a throw and standing up. It was like 3 times in my career. But there was a time where even when I had a huge lead and I took off and the pitcher still hadn't delivered the pitch yet, just out of freaking sheer practice and just a repetition, I should say, I slid into second base just to be safe. Literally, no pun intended. And I would do that just, like I said, out of habit. I was taught to do that. Just always slide. Don't assume you've got the bag swiped. So I'm hoping that he heard something in that quiet stadium, because there was only about maybe 13,000 fans there, that he was able to say, oh, man, I heard a crack off the bat. I thought it was foul, and I overran the base. Because if that's him literally overrunning the base, assuming there wasn't a throw, and not checking to see if that was a throw, all the fight that we're giving for Adell to make the lineup, all the fight that we're trying to show, other fans that, hey, Adell does deserve a chance, they're going to look back at us and be like, why? His awareness sucks. Look how long it took him to get his defense in check. Look how he's not able to crack the lineup. Look how when he does crack the lineup, he does stupid shit like this. So the haters of Adell were thriving today because they saw, again, he had an opportunity. He hit a home run earlier. He gets on base with a nice 2-out hit, and it was a nice at bat. I mean, that pitch was sliding off the left side of the plate, and he kind of went with it and just flared it into left field. Good, solid hit. Everything was all right until he tried taking that base. And again, you take the bat out of Theis's hands. Maybe dude comes through with a single and you score, but we'll never know because dude struck out to lead off the 9th, and again, for a guy who's a catcher, and I put a little bit more onus on this. When he led off the 9th inning, I did not like the fact that he got called out on strikes on that one. You've been behind the plate all day, bro. You know that the umpires, if it's anywhere close, and I mean anywhere close, they're calling it a strike. He should have took a hack at that ball, even though it was about chest high, whether he fouls it off or not. I much rather him go down swinging than go down looking. I think I struggle with that more. Of course, I don't like any strikeout. I like the ball to be put in play, or at least you get a piece of it. Even if it's a pop out, it's better than a strikeout. So you got to protect the plate. And I thought Adele did that perfectly in the 8th inning. Theis should know the strike zone, being behind the plate all day. He should have hacked. Faking it and trying to buy yourself a base by throwing the bat is not the way to go right there. I did not like that approach at the plate. That kind of set the 9th inning up for disaster and not for success. And Fairbanks gets a clean 9th inning out of it, striking out the side. Actually gave up a hit. I'm sorry. But 3 strikeouts. And our boy Jury is a massive failure right now. He's really bad through the first 12 games. And the Angels fall to 6-6. Tampa Bay goes to 7-6. So going through what I was impressed with today is the Angels bullpen. Basically, after Soriano left in the 4th inning, you had 5 innings of 1-hit ball. That's what you want. I mean, unfortunately, again, Soriano put that 4 spot up there. But again, I'll say this again. 4 runs, 5 runs or less, if you're down, is not that hard to chip away at. And the Angels chipped away a little bit and gave themselves a chance. You had, in the 6th inning, a 2-run deficit. You have 9 outs to get 2 runs. I'm not saying you're going to get it every night. I'm not saying you're going to rally every night. I'm not saying how dare you, Angels. You should have got 2 runs, but come on. 2 runs, 9 hits. You got to work with what you got. You got to go small ball right there. They did do some adjusting, but just not enough. And the Angels go 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Drury stranding the most. Sano had a bad game. He had guys on base just about every time. Moniak had a big shot there in the 8th inning with 2 men on, and they couldn't get Mike Trout in there. But the bullpen, I will give an A+ to tonight. Adam Simber, 1 inning is pitched, 1 strikeout, 1 hit allowed. Garcia actually had a clean inning. He lowered his ERA till 10. Matt Moore still is perfect. 2 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, only 20 pitches. Only 20 pitches for Matt Moore. 17 were strikes. That is really effective. And a spot that I'm never crazy about, but I took it today, was Estevez, the closer, coming in either a tie or a losing situation. It's not the right mindset to give your closer, but guess what? Unlike last year when he came into spots like this, he was unhittable. Just 10 pitches thrown, including a strikeout. Last year, we put him in here to try to get keep the game close in these games where he's losing or tied, and more often than not, Estevez shit the bed. But so far, so good. So I'm going to give an A+ to the bullpen. Very disappointed in guys like Neto, Adele with his base running, Brandon Drury, Miguel Sano, Mickey Moniak. You guys deserve, all the hate, because terrible games by you guys today. Terrible. So let's talk about the Stamos Award, who gets it. And I think we have our first back-to-back winner of the year. So who gets the award tonight for best player on the field? The John Stamos Award goes to Jose Caballero. 1 for 3 and a home run and a walk. There's not much offensively for anyone to stand out more than him, only because I think he gets the nachos the same way Bally's gave him the not the nachos, but he gets the Stamos Award same way the Bally's gave him the player of the game. And I can't disagree because of his 2 defensive big plays. 2 really good plays at shortstop help keep the Angels base runners off the bases and also stopped inning rallies. So he gets the performance for best player. He was a thorn in the Angels' side for 2 of the 3 games, not so much in the first game, but the second. Now, also so he won the Stamos Award last night, so he gets the gold on back-to-back nights. He's the first player to do that this season. Now for the nachos, and again, another first in this game, because we've not given it to multiple winners of the Nacho Night Award, which is Nacho Night. And also it's the Nacho Award for worst player on the team. Usually it's, or in the game, usually it goes to one person. They get the nasty nachos. They get the cheese that smells like feet. But this is a one where you get to share one helmet nacho with feet smelling cheese. And let's see who wins the Nacho Night Award tonight, shall we? If I could play it. There we go. No, wait, hold on a second. There we go.
I love the nachos, gas station nachos. I love those nachos, yeah. Gas station nachos, ow.
Those nachos in that picture that Randy made from One Jets Pod, it so looks like those are SpaghettiOs in the nachos. That is disgusting. If that is the case, that is pretty nasty. But we're going to give it to two guys who stranded runners tonight and also looked terrible at the plate, and one Mickey Moniak, and we're going to give Miguel Sano. And I know Miguel Sano's been on a diet, but he's going to have to help Skinny Mickey finish those nachos today because both of them had 3 strikeouts. They both earn a hat trick tonight as well. So they're probably going to wear that helmet and share it after they finish those cheesy nachos tonight because it was nacho night for both of them today because, again, you strand all those base runners. You're not making contact. Again, 12 strikeouts for the Angels as a team. Also, the Rays had 12 strikeouts, so you can't talk too much shit. But the Rays were only 1 for 3 runners in scoring position. They didn't have too many opportunities. The Angels had opportunities. 9 men left on base. They went 1 for 9. If they cash in 2 of those opportunities, the Angels most likely win this game. Straight up, most likely win this game. Or at least they're playing in extra innings. So it's tough to lose these games. The only thing that I could take out of this is that Ron will make this a learning experience, and they'll learn from this and move on and get better. But they were playing 10 guys tonight. They were playing the Tampa Bay Rays, and they were playing the umpires. The umpires, look, I am not that guy. If you followed this page or followed my post game for any amount of time, you damn well know that I don't make excuses for this team, and I sure as hell don't say it's the ump's fault. It's the ump's fault. It may be the ump's fault at certain points in the game, but you got to react to it. You got to realize, okay, we got a shit umpire today, or we got a shit umpire this entire series. Watch the corners. The pitchers are going to try to utilize a corner, so take what the pitcher gives you. That's how you know the team is in a good spot. That's how you know the team is well coached. Now, you saw some at bats where they were able to adjust, and that's different from last year, and I applaud that. But for the most part today, guys like Neto, guys not like Moniak, guys like Sano, guys like Drury were not doing their job to adjust. They had the same approach as the other guys in the lineup, your Mike Nelson Trouts, your Louis Renifos, your Matt Theises, your Joe Adells. Those guys had better at bats, looked more comfortable in the batter's box, whereas the other aforementioned players did not. And that is basically the key to the game and why the Angels lost. If they have look at what happened on this homestand. The 2 games that they win are pretty much complete games by either the hitting or the pitching. And they only had, or actually, I'm sorry, I'll take that back. The only game where it was complete and they had an easy time of it was the opener of this Rays series on Monday. They played both good pitching and they also had good hitting and numbers up and down that lineup. Only one guy, I believe it was Ohapi, did not have a hit. Very balanced attack. You're not going to get those balanced attacks every time, but if you get 6 out of 9 guys having good at bats and you knock in a couple of those opportunities that you're either given by the other team or you force upon the other team, you will win games. But when you don't, when you're helping the other team either via errors or you're not taking advantages of a pitcher who's losing his control and you have an opportunity to knock him out in the first inning like today, or at least do some damage, you get the end result today. You throw all that momentum and all your hard work away. So a tough one for the Angels. They have to stew on this for a day off, and it's let's attack Boston all over again and play them for the final time of the year and play the Tampa Bay Rays for the final time of the year in the month of April, which is so goddamn weird, but there it is. One Jets Pod starts it off today. He's in the leadoff spot. He says, I hate blaming umps, Todd, but my God, dude, from the called strike on Louis Renifo in the first inning, atrocious calls in the 9th. What a joke. That is true. again, I'm the same way, my man. Nick House says the umps were really bad today, but we lost this game with 1 for 9 and runners in scoring position. Absolutely, Nick. Let's see. 20 says Adele again with his little league rookie mistakes. And that is the problem. That will always get the haters with a smile. And there's nothing that you guys would want more than this guy to succeed. We all do. It's better for our team. It's better for the outcome. But when he does stuff like this, I can't go to bat for him. I can't say, but Adele this. When you get the opportunity to play, this is where you have to really make the most of your playing time. You can't be affording to have these shit kind of performances or have the, give the haters what they want, which is showing why it's justified for you not playing. That's the problem. That was a bed shitter right there. Eddings was garbage at the plate. The chair was there with Jim Hoyt today. Absolutely terrible umpiring by Grillmaster says. Can you say Doug Eddings again? The chair says I was there, hot and disappointing. What kind of hot? No, just kidding. Dan says at least Heedy discount worked. He was over there at Noble getting that 10% off. Also, poor James having to do an April Day games, you poor bastard. Jason Hess says key to the game, balls and balls. So, there is that. You always have this.
For you to check out what I want. I want balls and balls and John
and
Stamos.
balls.
Time for you to check out what I want.
Play it again.
I want balls and balls and John Stamos.
There you go. So balls, and John Stamos twice. Thanks again. No option. Lily Hag Joe. Eddings clearly was in a rush to go home and make love to his alcohol and not his wife. Demetrio says we got to keep our composure. Will Ferrell and the big cat outfit. You mean this one right here? Let me see. Let's find it right here again. It's not as fast as I can get it because of the the magical scrolling I have to do. I don't have my soundboard on check yet.
Come on, all right, everybody. That's what I'm talking about, guys. We've made a great effort so far. Let's just keep it up.
That's right. We can't have anyone freak out there, okay?
Right.
We've got to keep our composure. We've come too far. There's too much to lose. We've got to just keep our composure.
Lizzie, Bill Miller was an ump last night. He wasn't great himself. Yeah, he was terrible, Grillmaster. Adele Adele is with his true baseball IQ today. I think it's time to leave him off to better pastures. Rays is Matthew Theis, or player of the game is Matthew Theis. Dude, Eric Wallace says, hey, Todd. Hey, Alan. What are we talking about, sir? Another Angels loss. While Wash was at home plate umpire, I was at the game. What did I miss? He yelled at him, but that's about it. This shitty umpiring gives me emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Also, let's see. Adele showed. Oh, I already saw that one right there. Get Adele off this team. He has a baseball IQ of a dog. Sano has stopped swinging and down and in. Well, you know what he's doing? He's missing those pitches. He's not having the uppercut swing on those curveballs, and he was fooled several times today. That's exactly what happened in the 10th inning. Toronto for my Mariners. Nacho Knight with Seattle's Julio Rodriguez 1 for 5, and that. Ooh, he had the golden sombrero, 4 strikeouts. God damn. Here's something crazy. Casuals say the Angels have the worst bullpen in baseball statistically because they love to use the Angels as a punching bag. This year, statistically, worst bullpen is the Rays, and we still couldn't take advantage. Huh, Grill Master. Also, Jim says the chair and I enjoyed a great buffet and trivia at the 260 section. We also solved all of the Manassian's issues with correct obvious problems. Can you say Adele and last night's starting pitcher? Facebook user says Todd Meshke, Halos in the infield. The umps were it in this season. Plus, Angels in the first inning, they had bases loaded with the chances to score and blew it. Exactly. Hey Siri, what pitches are coming? Explanation fans. Jason says the strike zone of this series was Angel Hernandez 2.0. Yeah, you ain't lying. Light on the first inning, ball 4, ball 8, and then the bases were loaded. Yeah, he literally was on the ropes, and the Angels did not punch him. They kind of just like were laid off of him a little bit. It's like, bro, you have him right there, dude, and they had him right there for the taking, and they let him off the hook.
But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Yep. So
just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
exactly, but tonight because of the or today because of the pitching, the corners were working. So yeah, the corners worked all over the place. Pretty disappointing. Also, Facebook user says Jose Soriano shouldn't be in the Los Angeles Angels starting rotation. I agree, but they're forcing this dude in there, and I don't like it either. Also, there's a lack of it stuff between the ears for Adele. I just keep saying it. Also, dude, how is it that was a strike? Like that was a ball high and outside. You're even higher than I am. That was Wednesday. Here's some weed for your dunce. Thanks to Doug Eddings. Also, Jetspod says you don't score till you score culmination. Also, James Cano says we also really need a defensive catcher to back up Ohapi. I don't like Theis as our backup, better as a DH maybe, or a part-time first baseman, which he's done in the past when you don't have Shonawell hitting, right? Doug Eddings has a vendetta against the Angels. Silent E says 2 strikes with the bases loaded in the fucking first doesn't help. Fuck! Nick House says, I would like to see Rendon in the 5th spot going forward. As bad as he is a leadoff, he can put the ball in play with runners in scoring position. I would actually like him in the 8th spot, but that's just me. Grillmaster says, we saw Soriano struggle on the field and play his position at first. Matt Moore picked it clean when he pitched. He said, Soriano, Matts, this is how you do it. You need to do this more often, Matt Moore. There he goes. Oh, my gosh. Balls, and Doug Eddings, because Doug Eddings deserves a lot of balls, right?
Time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Doug Eddings. Also, Anna says Adele Homer cue Bally's, which when they don't go to Bally's song at all, it's weird. Yeah, that's them for sure. Let's see. I'm going to be glad when they're gone, by the way. I do not like Bally's presentation whatsoever. I would love to see wins without number 6 in the lineup. Silently, yes, I am that way too. After this loss, I have emotional damage, Nick says, because we all have emotional damage when we watch this team in general. But when they lose and other fans go, it gives us big time emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
And we didn't even get a bye winning in this one.
I'm bye winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
We haven't won here and we haven't won there. Savage Garden Day today. J Ram says Washington was pissed during the press conference. I feel like a plane catch or something because he wanted the game to end as soon as possible, or he had a plane to catch. My bad, J Ram. Dude, like, where's the ball? Hey, Wash, dude, where is it? I can't find it. John Stamos choked on him. Do you wish that? Did he choke on you, or is it because I love when Roger gets a little fantasy going.
John Stamos choked on me.
Yeah, he did. And we all know how much you like the choking. Let's see. Also, first inning, Adele jogs for a ball that turns into a single, an obvious fly caught by Trout. So Trout should be there at the end of the homestand. If anyone looked like Sandoval, it was Zach Lytle. Silent E says Sano had the hat trick with one of them being with the bases loaded. Just saying. Yeah, he was terrible tonight. Also, balls, and Jose Caballero. R. Martinez says, how is it that Tampa Bay finds players that produce? They lost Wander Franco, but who's the guy? Caballero. They always find players. It's because they don't pay their coaches. They don't pay their players, but they sure as hell pay their freaking scouting staff. Balls, and defensive stealing runs because, I mean, it's just a bunch of balls every night for this team when they do stupid stuff like this. They have an opportunity to win, but
pretty cocky. I want balls and John Stamos.
Yes. Let's see. Also, the nacho cheese smells like feet. Todd, shut up. Let's see. Also, disagree. Eddings gets the Nacho Night Award. Eddings looked terrible behind the plate. Balls, and Jose Siri. Yeah, Jose Siri had a really nice night tonight as far as defensively. This is bad umpiring. Cue the what the hell's going on out there. Yeah, because that was pretty much this is Ron Washington yelling at the umpire.
What the hell's going on out here?
Exactly. Also, I'm surprised at Washington shouting from the dugout. Eddings didn't give him the game, Washington, surprisingly. And he should have did that, earlier in the game, but Washington didn't decide to do it. Balls. And what was the balls right here? I just lost it right here. Balls, and runners in scoring position. So that's always
Time
tough.
for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Runners in scoring position. Also, your fiance and Courtney are going to hate me, but Adele is looking good. Let him play. Oh, Fernando. Time to ship up and go to Boston. Balls, and SpaghettiOs. I'm telling you, it looks like SpaghettiOs.
Time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
SpaghettiOs. Also, Nacho Night should be for Todd for writing in our YouTube video. The Oakland A's are moving to San Jose. Shut it. Okay, I messed up. Okay, it was late at night. Okay, Jesus Christ. After Adele made the mistake, go easy on me, baby. Joe Adele. Jeez. Balls, and smash jacks.
Time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Hey, I tell you about those smash jacks. OC Raider Halo says, I like Washington out in front of the post-game comments. We need to reorder the starting rotation, Detmers and Anderson. It might go that way. Angel Hernandez posted the umpiring at the Big A was terrible in time for the reboot, robot umpiring. I'm sorry, Marty. Basically, sorry. X says, digging the show so far, better than Yes Man Lodge. Fake news. Let's keep it real. Thank you, Raider Halo 714. We're trying to turn away as many of the Halo hunks. We want real fans and real freaking. We want real freaking takes. We don't like the want to be everything green, grass is green on the other side type takes. Let's see. Also, one more loss that could have been a win. And that goes back to our Angels story right here, where I have that soundbite in here. I probably don't have that one. No, I don't. But yeah, I should have had that one on here. But I do have this.
Call me a bootlicking houseman all you want. I don't give a damn.
Exactly. I'm no bootlicking houseman. Let's see. It was Doug Eddings. I hate that bastard. Alfonso says our pitching is too deep and then a bunch of trash. Any free agent pitchers would have helped. Exactly, but we don't do free agent pitching. If it's someone that we already need or have on the team, that we don't need an extra position for, we'll go and get them. Leaf says, when people bring up terrible umpires, I usually talk about Angel Hernandez and CB Buckner. And don't forget Country Joe West. But they forget about guys like Doug Eddings and Bob Davidson. We shouldn't know their names, but that's how shitty they are. Not being able to capitalize in the first inning with the bases loaded is right on par with this fucking team. I know. I'll say it again, or I said it before, and I'll say it again. When the fuck can we get some consistent goddamn pitchers who can go 6 innings or more a start? You can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit. Perfectly said, Eric. Also, Alfonso says Jake Marisnik would be better than some of the guys we have right now. Exactly. Anna says Whopper. Don't have that one back there. I miss Fox Sports West. The Orioles are having a holiday to celebrate today. Jackson got called up. I see what you did there. Also, how you get 5 if there's only 3, Matt. OC says we swept the fish. We should have swept the Rays. Unbelievable we lost this series. Yeah, they were in every game. And a bounce here and a bounce there, and they get this one. I wonder what Franco's doing. Oh, my God. Well, wait, let me read that again with the right kind of ending. I wonder what Franco's doing. Grillmaster, you never cease to amaze me. Also, how big does Adele want those bases to be now after today's effort? It's a good one, Marty. Try my new Munchie Meal, cue Snoop Dogg soundbite. Edwin says, what's up with Adele overrunning the stolen base and not trying to throw out runners? I don't know. He's playing himself right off the goddamn team again and playing himself out of the lineup again. San Jose Crapathletics. Also, John Stamos is the best guy to walk in the face of the earth. I just made love to him 5 times last night, aka Roger. How dare you, Eddings, after being slandered? Well, he deserves to be slandered. And I don't care if he tells us, calm down or whatever like that, or even if he says,
how dare you?
We'll honk back and be like, fuck you. Also, let's see a few more comments here. I think the balls had I think the ump had some balls and more balls blocking his view of the strike zone. You mean he had a bunch of these blocking the strike
Time
zone?
for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Blocking the plate. Let's see a few more here. Let's see balls, and asking Roger Lodge when the season starts.
Time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
When does the season start?
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Exactly. Move on from Adele, person of the people. From X, balls, and I already read that one. Let's see. The chair goes Raiders. Eddie Perez. He says, you know what? I want to hear some Savage Garden because this was a Savage Garden loss. A reason for living, a deeper meaning.
I wanna stand with you on a mountain.
For how long, baby?
I wanna bathe with you in the sea. And I wanna lay like this forever.
Until when?
Until the sky falls down on me.
The sky fell down on them this homestand, 2-4. Damn it. That was tough. Also, you need to do a spaces, bro. Let's fucking go. Halo Hards. Oh, you gotta let me know what that is because maybe I'm out of touch, my man. I have no idea what that is. Also, Roger licks boots. He licks John Stamos' feet. Ew. We all know he's a boot-licking houseman. Fuck that guy. Where is he? Yeah, he's boot.
Call me a boot-licking houseman all you want. I don't give a damn.
Anymore. I just can't. And they can fire me if they want, but I can't sit around and listen to negative phone call after negative phone call. If you're a so-called Angel fan, if you're a Halo honk for life like me, then shut up with Sosha's got to go. It's this guy's fault. It's that guy's fault. Forget it. Let it go. We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight. If you don't want to say anything positive here this afternoon, stay off of my phone line. The Angels.
What a bitch, huh? That was a rant, obviously years ago, but he's still the same bitch. He still will not let you talk anything negative. Won't let you even say that this team is sub 500 or they're mediocre. It's always Trent Rush coming on there like, I think this team has a World Series championship rotation. Shut the front door. He should remember to know how to slide, person of the people says, because Adele overran the base. Edwin says we need Bauer. Yes, we do. I don't care what some people say. That dude would make an immediate difference. But again, you also need this hitting to come together. You need this hitting to generate runs. And you need this. And I think it's going to take time. Think about it. You had Smokin' Joe and you had Numbnuts Nevin ruining these hitters that we do have on this team with their stupid ass analytics. So it's going to take Ron Washington a while to get these guys with extra batting practice. Remember, Smokin' Joe never had these guys practicing. He didn't believe in it. He said, "Oh, we can just go in batting cages underneath the stadium." That doesn't help shit. That's not going to teach you anything. You need to know, like Albert Pujols, to spread the ball. If Fernando brought it up many times in the podcast, watch. Well, you can't now, but when he used to play, if you saw Albert Pujols and you were lucky enough to see him conduct batting practice before a game, he would hit it to the same spot over and over and over again, whether it's right field, left field, center field. He would practice on his situational hitting. It's what you're supposed to do. And Smokin' Joe's like, nah, guys, let's just smoke a fat one in my mystery van and try to solve crimes. and talk to my imaginary cartoon dog. That's why Theis liked him so much. But it just makes me insane or it makes me feel like, damn, you really screwed up, Joe, and you passed it on to Numbnuts Nevin, who kept it going. I mean, gone were the days of watching pitchers jog around the warning track, hitters in batting practice, hitting the ball all over the place, giving souvenirs to the kids, you catching foul balls, because the Angels wouldn't do that. You'd see other teams come in here and just go through their routine, their stretches, everything. Angels wouldn't do that. Ron's bringing that back. He's bringing up, hey, slump busting practice. Come in early. We're going to work on things. We're going to work on fundamentals. It's a breath of fresh air. So at least that's happening, but it's going to take time to break all those bad habits that the fucking previous regimes screwed up. So I'm looking forward to the maturation of this team as the season goes along. I do believe they'll get better. Will it show up in the standings? Possibly, but most likely not, because you don't have the talent to compete every night. You don't have a Trevor Bauer. You don't have all these other pitchers that we could have got from other teams. You don't have the prospects to pull up when you have guys who can't hit right now. So you are who we thought you are. We are who we have on the field, and that's it. Just Google or go to the Salt Lake Bees team, go to Rocket City, and tell me how many of those guys are going to immediately come up here and help. We don't have a farm system like the Orioles because you never committed to a rebuild. So we are who we are, and that's it. And we got to weather the storm. This is one of those seasons where it is what it is. Let's see. Also, let's get down right here for friggin' Roger, even after Eddings then switched to a lame-ass Lakers. That's Dan, that is Roger right there. Oh boy, let me tell you, don't focus on the 2-4 road trip. Let's talk about the Lakers and the 10th seed. Let's talk about UCLA basketball when I used to go there with my father and watch John Wooden in his practices. Nobody gives a shit. You are literally the Angel Baseball Network, and you do Ducks games sometimes. Why do you have an intro with the Kings winning the Stanley Cup twice, the Dodgers and their fake ring pop in 2020 that doesn't count, the 1 in 87 with Vince Scully? Why are you playing Rams and Charger highlights? Why are you doing any of that stuff? Is anyone asking for that? Do we have a show for that? No. You have other stations that take care of all those teams. Last I checked, all those teams are in LA. You're a SoCal, Orange County based radio station. What the fuck are you talking about the Lakers for? If they want Lakers, go to 570 AM. Go to 710 ESPN. Again, you have to play to your crowd. That would be like me coming on here and saying, hey, this is the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network. We are going to talk WNBA and LA Sparks. And if you like that, we got the San Diego Gulls AHL hockey to talk about. And if you like that, NASCAR is going to be turning left. And if you like that, we got the Long Beach Grand Prix highlights all coming up on the Halos in the Infield Sports Lodge Radio Network. No, you don't tune in for that shit. And still, you have faithful followers of propaganda prime minister, a.k.a. PP Roger Lodge, still hanging on his nutsack. Still like, he's the nicest guy ever. Todd, you're a dick. Why do you talk about him? He's a great guy. Why do he gives away family 4-packs. Who gives a fuck? He puts you in the 500. He puts you in the 600s. You're sitting on the goddamn rafters. And because of that, he gives you something free. You got to bow down to him. He sucks. He should not. Do you realize that asshole? And yes, I am jealous. Do you realize that asshole makes $100,000 a year doing that dog and pony show? Just give me $20 a week and I'd be happy. He's making $100,000 spewing nonsense, filler, playing the same highlights 10 times sometimes in 1 hour, giving you the same stories every hour, giving you nothing of any substance and blowing smoke up your ass every day. Artie's like, well, a great broadcaster. He's all legit. Unfinished business. And still the Halo honks still swear by that guy. I'm not trying to take his spot. I'm not trying to be number one. I just want Angel fans to realize he's full of shit and realize, and they're coming around about Artie. They're coming around about the organization, but we need the honks to dial it down a little bit and be like, hey, you know what? It's okay to ridicule the players. It's okay to boo. I swear to God, I could punch somebody the next time they tell me stop booing. It hasn't happened this year, but it has happened routinely the last few years. If a guy strikes out 3 times in one game, I'm going to boo. I don't care if you're Mike Nelson Trout. I don't care if you're Louis Renifo or Miguel Sano. I'm going to boo. You have every right. If that guy's putting in a shit performance, makes an error, you can boo. I don't need dumbass next to me saying, hey, don't boo that guy. He's wearing our jersey. All the more reason to, because he's not representing you or me and our fandom. He's playing like shit. You want the big money. You're in the big leagues. You deserve to get the criticism or the glory when you do good. But Halo honks don't understand that. Roger Lodge has got to throw the propaganda out there to make sure you don't understand that. So the real ones will follow a podcast like ours or follow a podcast like others that cover the Angels who are no nonsense and straight fans like me and you that get it. So I appreciate everybody that listens, watches, participates, subscribes, and follows the other podcasts that are real. You don't necessarily have to follow ours. We appreciate that. But you doing that and not following Roger Lodge, hey, that's a feather in your cap. You're a smart one. Don't fall for his bullshit. I'm sorry. See, I went into a long-winded rant. That guy just pisses me off. I just can't stand it. All right, Eric Wallace says, Dan, oh Lord, what a clown, Dan Eddings. Angel's grandma checks in with, let's talk about the positive. Joe Adell hits a home run and a single and stole a base. If he played every day, he wouldn't make mistakes. You can look at it that way too, Angel's grandma. He hasn't had a legit shot, but when he does get in there, he can't be making those mistakes. Trust me, I'm pulling for the guy. IE Native says, glad I couldn't watch this damn game. Both sides of their game played sucked fucking ass. Also, Pete was unfair Banks in the 9th. Eddings dug himself a deep hole. Oh, God. Alfonso says, it looks like the host boy at AM 830 wants some balls, and licks some Full House. Yeah, he loves John Stamos.
Pretty cocky. I want balls and John Stamos.
John Stamos. Exactly. Also, Roger lacks any sort of lodge. When will Wash get tossed? Pretty soon. Trent is soft too. He absolutely is. Remember, if you don't say anything positive, you're a fake fan. Angels fans needing to be sugar-coated, yes, and caressed at all times. Laugh a lot. I heard Sosha. I was like, how far were we going back with Roger? He's been on the air somehow 15 years. Don't want to chase a win, and slow jog would have done it, but I guess our chase couldn't match Adele. Also, I'm not going to give blame not playing every day for overrunning the bag, but guys come off the bench all the time and pinch run and don't do a bonehead play like that. Adele is a moron, according to Jets Pod. Smoking Joe is mad and right. Yes, sir, he is, Eric. Also, I want to say my painted Joe line, but I know you hate it. Yes, I hate or patented. I hate that line. Also, assigned Bauer, one Jet Spot says, feels like wanting to chase. We're not wanting to chase wins tonight. A slow jog. Or I read that one. Mike Sosha is sorely missed. Do you like our hitting coaches so far and what they need to fix is coaching? I think they got the right guys in place. It's just going to take time to see the results, Anna. Fernando says, does anyone know when the season starts tonight? Because Fernando is just like, man, dude, like, I really want to know, are we out of spring training
We
yet?
got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
There you go. Starts Friday night in Boston, Nando. So it's not tonight. So thank you for updating us on that one, Jets Pod. Hey, it's Roger Lodge, and I'm here to talk about the LA Kings in my Angels podcast, Lodge. Dan, even as a Mariners fan, I gotta admit Ron Washington is a great leader. Then he does. It will be special when he gets some wins. I guess so. Also, when Joe coached, it was maddening to watch. Oh God, NASCAR is turning left and turns right to OGs. That's a good one, girl. Also, let's talk about the goals. Roger, shut the F up. You floating on a cloud right now. Roger puts you in the 600 section. You can blow Halo honks. Blind date recap. F Roger enough. Also, yeah, did you know he was on Blind Date? because he'll tell you. How do you not listen to him and see what he is completely full of shit? Exactly. Time to revenge those chowder heads. Paid money for a ticket. You can boo the shit out of anyone you choose. Exactly, Marty. Sitting in the rafters gives you a nice view of the city of Anaheim, at least the Honda Center. It does look nice, Anna. Just make sure you know who is that fan, LOL. Also, Anna says, hey, let's show our homer again. Hey, let's show it again on the same thing over and over. Speak it, my boy. Truth OC says, I appreciate your podcast, bro. I appreciate you, Edwin and OC. Balls, and Lodge talking about Stamos. That's every night.
John Stamos choked on me.
He sure did. Also, let's see. Number 6, Alfonso says, and Artie, he can't stand that. Balls, and footy space. Oh, will you guys stop? I was going to say stop choking on me. Stop razzing me about
check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Also, bring back Moose. I would take that in a heartbeat. Moose is definitely one of my favorite guys that the Angels had and only had for a little bit. Sign Bauer and Urias. You down, Todd? I can't take urinal cake. He was on video. How he does not have a suspension, I have no flipping clue. Has he been blackballed by MLB? Yes. Just like Bauer? Yes. Say what you want about Bauer, but in a court of law, he was proven to be innocent. Urias has good, or AKA urinal cake, has really good lawyers, and Cyclops got out of it somehow. There's no doubt he has talent. Would I wanted him without all the allegations, even though he was Dodger trash? Absolutely. Did I call him Cyclops before this incident? No. But you hit a woman, you're Cyclops, gloves are off, you're a dickhead. Bauer, the same thing. I don't respect him that much. I don't like his antics, but in the end, there's been some holes in her story. I don't know who to believe. Will we ever know the full truth? He still hit a woman. I don't like him for that, but there's no doubt he could be a presence for our team. Would I take him? I'm 50-50 on it. But if you're actually going to try to win, you would take him. There are teams, and I still think that he's auditioning this year. He might still get on a roster, especially if a team needs a player for the playoffs. They'll sell their soul to get him. But I would say next year would be the year he would pop back into the majors. And Urias, the same thing. And again, you got talent. America's filled with second chances. Look, people care about animals more than they do humans at times. It's sad, but it's true. Michael Vick was hated by PETA, and PETA is one of the strongest organizations. They have the most people that care about animals and hate humans that hurt them, and rightfully so, but they push it. They'll do death threats. They'll camp on your front lawn. Everything. Michael Vick was hated. I thought I would never see him in the NFL again. Went on to play several more years. America does give second chances, third chances, and they do forgive. They don't forget, but they do forgive. So there's a very good chance we could see Bauer, and there's a very good chance we could see urinal cake. But where will they pitch? I have no idea. Adele can't slide into second base, but at least he can slide into a girl's DM. Todd adds smoke and weed every day when mentioning the Madden being high. I should. Hey, Todd, what is the problem with this franchise? You don't want to win then. There's so much wrong with this franchise. And like I said before, and I'll say it again, it all starts at the top with Farty Moreno and trickles down to guys like Rendon and all of his cronies that are always there to say yes to whatever Artie is spewing. John Stamos is the greatest Beach Boy. Changed my mind. I think that goes back to a what is it called? That goes back to a Full House episode, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. But every time the Angels play and the lineup plays like shit like this, I want to play this song because I think it's fitting when I go through the lineup. And it does. You know how many times I played that song when reading off the box score last year when a team like the Angels would play a team like the Rays and would lose 2-0. The Rays would have 2 runs and 4 hits. They'd have 1 for 3 and runners in scoring position. They wouldn't get too many walks. The Angel pitcher would pitch his ass off and get 0 support. The Angels would have those 2 hits, maybe even get a guy on with a air, but have no walks and like 14 strikeouts. You know how many times I played that song last year with a pathetic way that they were swinging at everything? Sometimes, again, they would have innings where the pitch count was 7 by the opponent. Like a Jack in the Box commercial was longer. A Jacob and Ronnie insurance commercial was longer than your inning. I got tired of playing that song last year. The Angels were dog shit at times. The girl that I was with last night was Lindsay Hill. Lindsay was over the hill. Jeez. I blame Artie for everything I own. The only way I can cope is with this shit. It's the only way I can cope with this shit. So no hat trick. It's Artie's fault. Silently says, dude, where's my ball? Thice at the home plate. R. Martinez. Also, Kevin was seeing Kelly Green today. I wanted to slide. Missed in the. He didn't slide, but cue the circus music when Thice couldn't find the ball. Dude, he always makes mistakes back out there on behind the plate. He, if it's not catcher's interference with his stupid glove, it's him just looking high all the time and just not doing anything. He's always like,
Oh, gnarly.
yeah, and he doesn't get the job done. He's not a good catcher. But what are we going to get for him? And the fact that he still plays a decent first base, he has some pull and some need on the team. But yeah, definitely he comes out to this song. Exactly. So also Jacob and Ronnie right there. Skull Zone says, hello, Todd Fox. Just want to chime in and say hello, mate, and Toodles. Have a great day. Shut up, Carlos from Skull Zone. Again, if you're looking for Vikings football, if you're a Vikings fan or you just like football or watching guys play Madden, I'm pumping his page because he's got like over 1,000 followers, almost 2,000, I believe. Skull Zone, and then you can check out his YouTube page. He's a pretty cool cat, dude. He's been a friend of mine for a long ass time. Dan says, thanks for that was a great rant. I appreciate that, Dan. One Jets Pod says Vikings suck. you got to give love right there. But no, my boy Carlos is awesome. He's also come on there and done some football breakdowns during football season with me and One Jets Pod and his crew over there at One Jets Pod. We've broken down games, and the NFL was fun, so we did that in the off season. But it's definitely on to baseball so far. We've gotten away from football, at least for now, anyway. But football season will be starting before you know it. And then
oh shit, here we go again.
Yeah, and we got to get right back into it again. But yeah, exactly. But for right now, the Angels again take a loss, lose 2 out of 4. And again, if the Angels don't learn anything, they got to learn to be they got to learn to play with what they've got, and that is use your strengths and use your abilities as your strengths. Stop trying to hit the ball over the fence. They still have they still do that from time to time. Play within yourself, put the barrel on the bat, and good things will happen. Bring down the strikeouts, work the walks, and you'll win. And then you'll say,
Smart thinking.
Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
Exactly. One Jets Pod says, shout out to you, Rick Davis right there. And then One Jets Pod is the man right there. So there you go. Are you doing this post game love after every game? Yes, sir. OC Raiders, if you're just new to it, again, tell some friends over on X. We just started putting on X this year. So tell some friends, like and subscribe to the YouTube. We do podcasts via everything you see right there on the bottom right there. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Spotify, Google Play, anything Apple related. So we're on all the big networks, including Believe Network, which is tied into Sirius. And we do daily shows, which we just had another show about the Angels talking to the A's and their frustrations about them possibly moving to Sacramento in between, Vegas. So we have interviews coming up here tomorrow. I have an interview from a guy from MLB Network. So we do a lot of podcasts. And as far as your question with the post game, it's after every game, win or loss. There's rare times where I take a day off. And if a game like today finishes early, like in a couple weeks, they play Pittsburgh like at 9 a.m. Pacific time, I'll be on later in the afternoon after work, unless they take that day off from work. But for the most part, I start a post game 5 to 10 minutes after every game. So I'm on here all the time. Again, we have a lot of Angels coverage on here. We like to break it down and just let the fans talk. And we have phone calls for the most part. I'm not taking any today, but we'll be back on Friday and for the Boston and Rays series coming up next week. And we'll be on after every game, win or lose, and we'll talk it up, chop it up, and hopefully the Angels can have a winning road trip instead of losing. So, because I'm tired of this team playing the way they are, but they're 6-6. It's not like the standings are out of what do you call it? They're out of whack right now. But Skull Zone says, I'm going with the Dodgers over the Angels this year in the big rivalry. My reasoning: better team, better coaching, better pizza, Papa John's. I love Skull Zone. That's a little inside joke there. He's awesome when it comes to that. Let me go over the scores real quick from today. Right now in the top of the 7th, the White Sox are tied with the Ohio Shitfucks 5-5. The Padres are beating the Cubs in the 6th inning 4-2. The Brewers and Reds are in a rain delay in the 1st inning in Cincinnati. The Marlins are actually winning, beating the Yankees 4-0, but that's early in the game in the 3rd inning. The Marlins have the worst record right now at 1-11. Red Sox are leading the Orioles in the bottom of the 4th, 1-0. The Kansas City Royals and the Astros are tied at 0 in the 2nd inning. The Rangers and Athletics are just getting underway right now. The Raiders lose to the Twins in the Twin Cities 3-2. The Raiders come up short. Also, the Cardinals lose to the Phillies at home 4-3. The Mariners snap a losing streak, beating the Blue Jays in Toronto 6-1. The Diamondbacks defeat the Rockies. Rockies are now 3-10. The Giants win over the Nationals 7-1. Your Angels lose 4-2 at home, and the Mets and Braves are rained out once again. So there you have it for the scores. We will have a light day of baseball tomorrow with just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. And then we're off, obviously, and then it's Friday. We go to play the Boston Red Sox in a place where we struggle. The Boston Red Sox is a house of horror, just like Houston. So I would like for the Angels to get going at some point here. Also, hope that there's a rain delay over there in Boston. Grillmaster says, OC Raider says, Spaces are live audio chats on Twitter, by the way. See, I am not up to date on my Twitter, so maybe I'll have to check with Fernando since he runs our Twitter. I fully expect Fernando to pull out the Ohio shitfucks on the scoreboard when we play them. He should. Let's see. Skull Zone says, just shared the stream on Twitter, Angels and MLB. I really appreciate that, Skull Zone. What? The Raiders lost to the Twins? When did the Raiders convert sports? Well, the Raiders are AKA LA's team right now. It's Raider Nation right there. If Milwaukee can't play, they can brew offense to win. Anna, I'm trying to save you from your boyfriend. His jokes are rubbing off on you, and that is not good.
You serious?
Yep. We need jokes like that. More penis jokes. So with that being said, I think as Skull Zone just shared the post, which I appreciate, we're gonna call that a night tonight or a day, and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. And hopefully, the Angels can turn this thing around. Turn around every night. No, they got to win in Boston. I would like to see them get a little revenge on them chowderheads. Rotation, John Todd says, will be the death of this team. Only Detmers and Anderson giving us quality starts. What can we expect from Sandoval, Canning, and Soriano going forward? I'll tell you this, John. Who the fuck knows? We don't know. Again, Sandoval's never proven himself. Canning appeared to get it right at the end of the season, and he fell off to start this year. He's pitching like he's underperformed his entire career. We need to see something from these guys, but I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know if it will ever happen. So again, I'm going to look at it this way, and I hope you guys do the rest of the way. Just take it one game at a time. Let's focus on the starting pitching, and we'll see what happens as we move along. Boston will throw in that series against us Cutter Crawford, who is a right-handed pitcher. 2024, he's had 2 games started, 10 innings pitched. He's allowed 2 runs on 5 hits. He's got an ERA of 0.84, so he's taken 2 no decisions, and he's pitched pretty good in 10 innings so far. And then also you have he'll be opposed by the Angels, not Soriano. They haven't. It will be. You know what? I'm actually wrong on that one. My bad. Let me go over here for Friday. I was looking at Thursdays, so no, I'm sorry. There's a to be announced or to be determined. The Red Sox haven't filled that spot for Friday night's start, and it will be Reed Detmers going for his 3rd win, fresh off another great start. Then Griffin Canning's got I gotta prove it start. He's going to be going against Tanner Hawk, who is 2-0. He got the victory against us his last outing. It was in that 12-2 rout. And then in the finale, it'll be Bello for the Red Sox. He is a right-handed thrower. He's 24 years old. Pretty good pitcher for them. In 3 starts, he's 1-1 with an ERA of 4.11. He's allowed 9 runs, though, in 15 innings pitched. So hopefully the Angels can get to him in Boston. He will be opposed by our Tyler Anderson, who's going for his 3rd win in a row. So can Reed Detmers and Tyler Anderson continue their hot pitching in Boston? And also, can Griffin Canning finally give us a good start where he's not allowing more than 1 home run in 1 inning? So there you go. We need Canning to come through big time. Yes, Silent E. And real quick, because Dan asked for it, let's go. Do we have the Benny Hill song? No, we don't. We don't have it on here yet. Like I said, this is a work in progress. My friend's coming over today, so hopefully, because the guy who ran this before, exactly, got to fire him because, again, like Roger Lodge loves nuts.
These nuts.
He does, and we know this.
Cocky. I want balls and.
So get your Halo honks out for this weekend series, or because Friday, Saturday, Sunday we will be in Boston. Your friend coming over is that Cecilio. Shut up. It is not. You need to stop with that. I hate when he pulls out those jokes. That is again number 2. That's 2 strikes for you with those inside jokes, Carlos. Jerk. All right. So for everybody here on Halos in the Infield Network, again, tell a friend. We're making this thing grow. And we will get the truth out there while propaganda Prime Minister PP continues to spew his nonsense on the radio. So go Angels. Let's get that W in Boston. Let's break the losing streak because unfortunately it's at 2. And the Angels got to get something going here and limit the damage, get better pitching and better pizza, Papa John's. Go Angels and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and Thursday. Be on the lookout for that podcast.